Chuck Bronson is by far the best person I know to set up dirty cops. In this video recorded June 21st, 2025 around 1 a.m., in the city of Punta Gorda, he heard on his police scanner that a driver was driving the wrong way, and when Chuck parked, walked up and started recording, the officers were already conducting a field sobriety test. In this video, you're going to see how Chuck is simply standing there recording when this lieutenant, who should know better, starts to shine a flashlight into Chuck's camera. After this video, you will hear BZWatchdog make a call and talk to the day shift lieutenant and ask several questions about the incident. Between this Chuck's bait cam and BZWatchdog's phone call, rest assured they probably won't be shining any more flashlights at people simply recording the police. We hope. Let's get into the video.
I got a vehicle going the wrong way on Marion, approaching 41 southbound. It's going to be 3 Papa Yankee uniform 1-8, black and gray color Ford pickup truck.
I'm all right.
Going to try to make Olympia and 41 southbound.
Your hands down. Perform the test until
I think Charles Ocean Collins from Edward for Sandy Jason comes home Williams for W. William, River 81 1974. Non-judgment suspension. Or was it suspended? 11/05/2021.
Keeping your foot parallel to the ground. So I'm gonna use my left foot, but you can use either foot. So you're gonna start like this, 6 inches, and your foot is gonna be parallel.
You just couldn't help it. Look at him. I'm just standing here quietly too, haven't said a word. Pretty professional.
See if the county has a canine available, please.
Asking for a canine now. They're asking him if they can search, and he's saying, I'd rather not. You got a supervisor?
I am the supervisor, sir.
And this is what you're doing, is aiming a flashlight at my camera?
I have no idea what you're doing, brother. I can't be focusing on you.
I'm standing here quietly recording. Is there a lieutenant available?
I am the lieutenant, sir.
And you're this unprofessional?
Brother, I'm trying to worry about her, and then you're right behind.
You're worried about somebody holding a camera.
I have no idea what you have, brother. I have no idea.
It's none of your business.
Okay.
So you're going to treat me like a criminal?
I'm not.
Well, you're interfering with my ability to broadcast right now with your flashlight, and you're doing it on purpose. Are you willing to continue? You're openly violating my rights and intentionally doing it. And now you're put on notice. You're not going to be able to get qualified immunity and say, I didn't know. Because I just fully made you aware of what you're doing. You might want to look up prior restraint. You're actually committing a crime right now by doing this. You already admitted you can't articulate a single fact that I'm doing anything wrong or that I'm armed and dangerous.
I don't know that.
You just admitted you didn't know. Exactly, you don't know, and look how you're responding.
I have a flashlight to make sure I can see your hands.
I can see their hands with no flashlight. I can see your hands with the flashlight in my face. So that's irrelevant. You're just being a tyrant. Is this how you were trained?
Send the driver's license out of Florida to Delta 5.
What's your name?
Lieutenant Jimenez.
Lieutenant what?
Jimenez.
Can you spell that?
Jimenez.
Can you spell it?
Lieutenant Jimenez.
Humana? How do you spell it?
Figure it out.
I can't tell what you're saying.
Batman donated $2 through Super Chat. Stop being rude to Chuck. We see you.
Put in Punta Gorda Police Department's phone number in the chat. It is your right to redress your grievances.
Do me a favor, keep an eye on him. Yeah. I have no idea who he is.
You don't need to know.
Was I supposed to go down to DMV to re-register, reinstate?
This was a wrong way driver. And then his license has been suspended since 2021.
Monday, Friday, right? That's what they do on Monday, have them figure out why we're suspended, and then go from there. All right?
Luckily, I've been skateboarding.
I'll tell you skateboarding around there.
But I've been doing all that.
Yeah.
All right.
Just gonna give you
Do I give you my keys or?
nope, I'm
You're not gonna see me. Obviously.
They called the canine in, but I don't think he's the canine.
I bet it's not worth it. Call the Uber, call the taxi, it's gonna cost you $30 opposed to $10,000. It's not worth it.
You have to skate up 50 miles. I know. I can skate 50 miles.
There you go. Just end the water right there. It's not worth it. You want to put yourself in danger with somebody else. All right, man. Hold on, she's got to do this.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm there with you guys.
Flying Grandpa donated $2 through Super Chat. If you are that frightened, get a job at Walmart.
Is it really Charlotte Harbor, whatever the field traffic is? No, that's Charlotte County.
Well, there's a section I was told it's Harbor or whatever. There's still like a front-door railing out here.
Go ahead.
Michigan, DL, or the something like that.
Florida, without knowledge. Let's give it a minute. She should be down here within the next couple of minutes. No problem. Down there. Down here, and I hate this thing. Say, my dad, what a you remember? No. More like once. I was only one, but one. That's not.
This K9. One 181. Got out of the car and got back in it. 177. Can I go by there?
Walk on that side.
Out in the roadway? That's what you're instructing me to do, is walk in the roadway? You better keep moving, boy. We're going to get the plate off that car right now. So now what? You're going to retaliate and get my plate? For exercising a right? Is this not America? No, he's getting the plate off that vehicle too. God. Cops are out of control, man. Lunatics. What are you going to do with my information? Now that you got my plate. Yep, you already know, Dr. Sean. You already know. Dr. Sean's familiar with this town. If you're just tuning in, rewind it, people. Thanks, everybody, for hitting that thumbs up. Appreciate the likes, people. Don't worry, those aren't my cars, so they didn't get my plate yet anyways. Until I try to escape, I guarantee they're going to follow.
Tomorrow morning, Sunday, do what's called farmers market. Please keep your truck there, so you can get a buddy or someone that's driving to put it somewhere else besides the parking lot. They start at 7 in the morning. They start. So if you can get here, or somebody can move your vehicle, well, not you, you can drive. If somebody can pick up and drive your truck and move it somewhere, you know, that'll be helpful. Okay? You have the question for us? Yes, the wallet's in the vehicle. All right? Absolutely, have a good one. Thank you. No problem.
You live nearby?
I don't appreciate you doing that shit, dude.
Oh, okay, I was going to offer to drive your truck, but whatever. That's cool. We got a bootlicker. I could tell he was over there bootlicking too. So that's the LT 183, car 183. Do not enter, so they can't come this way. But they're coming this way. They're just not going to be able to come down the street. These cops are so bad here. Man. Straight lunatics. I figure they have me on camera coming from my car. I know they have a lot of cameras here.
Oh, okay. How you doing, sir?
Not too bad. How can I help you?
I had a couple of questions regarding the Halo law. What is your department's understanding of the Halo law?
Well, I'm not familiar with the Halo law. I'd have to look it up. What's it in reference to?
It's the 25-foot encroachment rule.
Okay.
A reason I ask is there was an incident that occurred about 1 a.m. this morning with another lieutenant. I believe it was Jimenez.
Okay.
I saw a video that's online. I was just wondering if it's normal policy for you guys as supervisors to sit there and see no threat to someone and then continuously just purposely shine a flashlight in someone's camera on purpose. Even after being asked to remove the flashlight and for several minutes and not actually even engaging verbally or physically with at least 25 foot plus, just documenting a DUI field sobriety test. I just want to know if that's common practice or part of your policy, because the last time I checked, I believe that's kind of chilling the First Amendment of the freedom of press.
Cool. Just to be sure, were you the driver that was stopped, or you just watched this online?
I watched it online. The person that shot it, I actually know the person because he sent me the video.
Okay.
So I'm just want to know if that's like standard practice with you guys, or if that's something that I need to take up a complaint with.
Well, obviously the person who was at the stop, if he wants to file a complaint, he's more than welcome to do so. The forms for the complaint are online, and he can fill those out and have them sent in, or if he lives locally, he could come in and fill them out at the police department.
And then,
in reference to the questions you're asking, I'm not familiar with the stop.
Okay.
That's going to be the night shift. This is day shift. So before I were to comment on anything in reference to the stop, I'd actually have to watch the body camera to see exactly what Lieutenant Jimenez did or did not do. Because, I mean, I'm sure you're aware that when it comes to viewing video on YouTube that people post, sometimes they post, and I'm not saying this is the situation for this, but sometimes they post the first 15 minutes, not the rest, or they'll post halfway in and not be able to see the beginning, or vice versa. So whereas Officer Jimenez, body camera and in-car for his camera would be on for the entire length of the stop. So...
Okay, what if I told you, let me cut you off there, what if it's a live stream where he walks up so there's no editing whatsoever? So that kind of just dispels your already defending Lieutenant Jimenez's thing about how things can be highly edited. I hear this all the time, but no, it was a live stream, so we can go ahead and rule that. We can go ahead and rule that out. How about?
I'm not actually defending anything. All I'm saying is I don't know anything about the stop. I wasn't there. I didn't view any video whatsoever.
You don't need to
make a comment on a stop that another officer did.
But Lieutenant, you don't need to comment on his stop. Regardless of his stop, is it common practice for you guys, even as a lieutenant who's supposed to be, you know, been there for a while and educated and got years of experience and training people, is it common practice to shine a flashlight into someone's camera?
Well,
and sit there and keep holding it.
I wasn't on scene, so I didn't see exactly how he did shine
That's not the question, sir.
The camera, so I'm not going to be able to comment.
I'm not commenting to that reference. I'm asking you a common practice. Is it a common practice?
If I was the officer conducting a stop and someone wanted to record the stop with his phone, obviously he would be able to do that. Now, if he was recording, would I shine my flashlight directly into his camera? No, but depending on how he held the camera and where the flashlight was, again, these are all hypothetical situations that I can't say because I wasn't there, nor did I watch the video. So
I understand you can't.
Individual who, if the individual who was stopped, if he wants to file a complaint, he should do so that Lieutenant Jimenez's supervisor can review that body cam footage and see whether or not there was any wrongdoing.
Okay, so if I told you, and let's just say, aside from that exact situation, if I gave you a hypothetical, if you were out there, regardless if it was night, day, dusk, dawn, rainy, sunny, snowy, hailing, okay, if I've given you at least 25 plus feet, I haven't said a word to you, and you shine a flashlight in my camera lens, regardless if it was accidental or intentional, and I sit there and I continue to wait a few minutes, and then I say something to you, and your excuse is, well, I don't know what you've got. That, I mean, you've already observed, so why would you continue doing that? That's actually, and then if you took it a step further, why would you go tell another officer to watch you, and then to go run all these plates of every car in the parking lot, almost like as if you were parked there? You know, it just sounds to me that, like, Punta Gorda, you know, has an issue with either the night shift lieutenants, or it's just a common practice that you guys train all of your officers to do that. I'm trying to isolate it down to, is it one officer to where this person can go file a complaint with your captains, or is it just a common practice that you guys train all your officers to do? I'm just trying to isolate this.
Okay. I'm still a little bit confused on.
So my question
you weren't actually. I'm not confused by your question. I'm confused on the fact that were you the one on scene videotaping the stop, or were you the individual in the car, or in essence, do you have any part in the stop at all aside from? Or are you just someone who watched the video online and this is what you're concerned about?
I'm a journalist. I'm getting ready to report on your officers there. I wanted to know if this was a common practice, or if this was...
Which station do you work for?
I'm going to go ahead and just, at this point, you already have my name and my number. I'm not going to give you any more information because now it feels like you want to ask me a bunch of questions, but I can't get questions answered from you guys. So...
Well, the thing is, if you're a journalist, I can't actually... talk to you. There's actually a information officer that we have that is for speaking to journalists. So it'd actually be against policy for me to actually even talk to you. So since you advised that you're a journalist, I can't answer any further questions either. So just calling back on Monday when the information officer is on scene, and any questions, or at the police department, any questions you have, you can relate that to them. Again, in reference to your friend that was on the stop, if he feels as though he was wronged in some way, by all means, complete a complaint.
I just have another question. So why is it that police departments can never be transparent? Why is it that we always have to shield misconduct?
You already advised that you're a journalist, and since you're a journalist, again, I can't make any statements to you. It'd be against policy, so you're going to have to refer all your questions from this point on to the actual information officer.
Okay, so I should just tell every traffic stop in Punta Gorda when I see a person pulled over by an officer just to invoke their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, because it's a policy that they shouldn't speak to police officers conducting an investigation. I mean, I can start I can start handling all that. I can start being on every traffic stop and yelling at people not to talk to you guys. If you guys want to go that route, I can start doing that on every recording and every stop. I would suggest you guys actually wise up, be a little transparent, get your heads out of your asses, and actually start conducting, traffic stops and respecting the citizens out in the public the way you should be. Y'all took an oath. We are all sick and tired of you officers abusing that badge and hiding behind it when you guys screw up.
I didn't realize that you have law enforcement training and have been trained on law enforcement tactics for traffic stops. I apologize. I didn't realize you had that training.
I do, and I know you're trying to belittle me with that statement, but I have been through the police academy, so you don't know who you're talking to. And that tone, I didn't appreciate how you tried to, well, I don't know. I've heard this before. I've got family that are cops. I was in the military. I've been through the police academy. Dude, you don't got to berate me on the phone like that, dude, or belittle me just because of that. I know about officer safety, man, and officer safety is horseshit because you guys use that as a cop-out, pun intended, a cop-out, because every time it doesn't go your way or you want something done, you always try to say, in the name of officer safety. If it was truly a safety factor, I get it. But when it's not a safety factor, officers aren't killed in the line of duty by gunfire or harmed by that. They're off by traffic stops and being hit by vehicles. That's the number one cause of police officers being killed in the line of duty is traffic accidents. Not by anybody intentionally harming an officer. There's like maybe a 1% fraction where people want to harm officers, and those are true crime. You can't look at every citizen as a potential threat, because we're not. Especially somebody holding a camera. Somebody holding a camera literally just wants to document what's going on, because we never know what may happen. It may work in your favor that we're documenting. It may go against you. But bottom line is, you guys all need to start wising up and respecting people and stop hiding behind that badge. This qualified immunity stuff, it's going to go away one day. It may not go away while Trump's in office, because, he wants to give everybody qualified. He wants to give everybody absolute immunity. But guess what? You guys hide behind that badge and all this BS, man, and policy. We just want you guys to do your job, honor your oath, and stop violating our First Amendment right to record in public or our speech. That's it. Now, you haven't interrupted me the last minute and a half, so I'm assuming you put me on speaker and walked away, or you put the phone down and walked away. So, I understand you guys don't want to address this, but we'll definitely make sure that we publicize this. You guys will probably receive a bunch of calls on Monday, because I'm probably going to publish this story first thing Monday morning, that you guys just don't want to address this. You guys want to refer it to public information officer who's not gonna indulge any information whatsoever, because it's just no comment. So you guys aren't transparent.
Okay, sir. Well, I appreciate all that. It's extremely busy here at the police department today, and I have other calls holding, so I'm going to have to let you go.
All right.
Like I said, if you have any further questions, feel free to call the police department back on Monday.
All right. Go F yourself, but appreciate it.
Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash that like button, click the subscribe button, turn your notifications on. Don't forget to always be polite and professional when making calls to redress your grievances to your government. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to check out the merch store down below. The link to Chuck Bronson's video is in the description below. I will catch you on the next video. BZWatchdog, out!
BZWatchdog.